Hello, my name is Michael Garrick, and this is PoppinCulture. My guest today is Chris Mohead. He's a singer, rapper, and also the owner of Hollow Art. Thank you so much for coming on, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, man. I'm glad to be here.
No problem, man. For people that don't know what Hollow Art is, can you explain it to them?
Hollow Art is an entertainment art company. Like we do music. We're trying to get into film and comedy and just all different forms of entertainment and also different forms of art as well. Right now we are based in Columbia, South Carolina. You know, we do performances all over the city and just releasing music and different things like that, but really just trying to be a all around entertainment conglomerate.
Nice. And some great music. Tell them where they can find it.
You can find us on Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you get your music, really. All streaming services, YouTube. Yeah, everywhere.
Who would you say influenced your music?
Biggest influence, probably Outkast, but more recent influences, probably Childish Gambino.
I can hear it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Childish Gambino. I guess Outkast would be like the uncles and Gambino would be like the older brother kind of.
Yeah. After hearing some of your music, I would definitely agree. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
So when did you start?
I started when I was like, I think I always been like writing, always been like coming up with my own little songs and stuff like that. But actually officially like recording, I was like, I'm saying like a lot. I was 16 I was 16 when I first started recording, and and I really wasn't taking it that serious. I mean, I was taking it serious to me, but it was a lot that I was ignoring. A lot of aspects like performing and promotion and different things that go into it. I was just kind of recording music and playing it for my friends for the longest time. But,
okay. So who actually like told you put it out there?
Who told me to put it out?
I was just saying, you say you were recording it. Like, did you already record it and know like you were going to put it out there, or you just?
Yeah, I was recording.
Okay.
I was putting it out, and but fast forward like 10 years later, my pops came along, and he listened to my music, and he was like, this guy's kind of good. Let me jump on that. Nah, he's great, man. Like he came and was like, we got to treat it like a business. You can't neglect the money aspect of it, and that's kind of the balance right now. I'm the artist and he's the manager. So it works.
I mean, you guys have a great relationship, man. It's no like Joe Jackson type stuff. Like, it seems like you guys are a great team. So that's nice. Okay. So the topic you chose was modern day hip hop. Any special reason why?
Just because I feel like modern day hip hop gets kind of a bad rap. Like just so many people say like, oh, this is the worst era. Everybody sounds the same, and I'm here to argue that, in my opinion, every era, there's usually a collection of people who sound exactly the same. Just in my opinion, I think this is probably like not what's the word? Popular opinion, but I think this is probably one of the best times to be alive as a hip hop artist. Like you got something for the young, for the youth. You got the crazy rap. You have the lyrical underground stuff. You got the party rap. You got the just whatever type of rap you like or whatever type of music you like, you can find it. You just gotta look for it. You can't just listen to the radio and be like, oh, today's music sucks. You gotta go out there and search for it. Yeah, it's something for everybody.
I think I understand what you're saying. Do you mean like the rhyme scheme in general? Because now with trap music, it's usually the same rhyme scheme, just like back then with Cool Mo D and many other rappers from the time. It was just that rhyme scheme was the same.
Exactly.
And
yes.
Would you say it's because the beats were the same back then, just as they are now?
Somewhat. I mean, there's always a tempo, I guess, or just a vibe that the culture is on at a certain time, and everybody is joining in on that that vibe. And there's usually a few people standing out doing their own thing, but for the most part, if everybody is listening to this, most people are not like, I'm gonna go do something else. Like, and we're talking about mainstream, so yeah, mainstream, they want to stay in a certain lane, so if that makes sense.
No, definitely makes sense.
But I'm saying, like, with the internet though, you don't have to listen to what's mainstream on the radio. You can listen to Earl Sweatshirt, you can listen to I don't know, whoever underground you want to listen to. Yeah.
Do you think that's because of streaming? Now it's easier, like you could just like go to an app and find someone. Unlike when you had to like go to a store and be like, I don't want to check out this new artist if I got to pay $10, you know?
Yeah, you don't. I mean, yeah, you don't have to leave your crib to buy music anymore. You don't have to leave your crib to make music. You don't have to leave your crib to put music out anymore. So there's way more out there for people to listen to. You know, so
who do you think is some like modern day hip hop artists that should get more attention?
Probably my favorite modern day is Isaiah Rashad. He signed with TDE. You familiar?
Oh yeah,
I love Isaiah Rashad, man. And he's like in a weird spot, you know, because he'll rap over like a boom bap, you know, old school type of beat, but still have like the modern day flow. And I always like that, you know, bridging the gap type of thing. And I mentioned Earl Sweatshirt, Tyler the Creator, you know, those guys like
Tyler.
He's not on the radio, you know, but he just makes good music, you know. And even somebody like ASAP Rocky, like he's mainstream just because people know him, but he doesn't have like big huge radio hits and stuff like that, you know. He just makes good music that people connect with, you know. And I think this is a great time to do that, because before the internet, a record label probably wouldn't give you funding, you know, like that for a risk, you know, to try to do something that's not popular necessarily.
Very, very true. Very true. When it comes to the backlash that modern day hip hop gets, do you think some of it's well deserved, or are you saying that none of it's well deserved?
I think we can't have a one size fits all mentality, you know. And you also got to remember that hip hop always, to me at least, always been a reflection of, you know, the culture, specifically the youth culture. So it's like, if you don't like what they're talking about in the music, then, you know, change the lifestyle of the kids. You know, I mean, they just, I don't know, they're listening to the people that they can relate to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you 40 years old and you don't like what's on the radio, then it's not for you. I'm sorry, it's just not for you.
You had
know?
40 years to find something that you like. Yeah,
yeah, but also they have stuff for people who are 40 now. Like Jay-Z put out an amazing album a couple years ago. 2 Chainz, Killer Mike, Future's like 38, something like that. But I'm just saying that like this is the perfect time to be a hip hop fan. Like there's something for everybody.
That's a great example with Jay-Z. You're right. That's true. Mm-hmm. Like if you listen like the Blueprint, totally different from his latest album. Like now he's talking about having a family, and it's just you're right.
Exactly. He grew up because, you know, rap is a young genre. Like it started in like 1979. So the kids who were listening to it then are adults. They're, you know, in their 40s and 50s now. So you need somebody that they connect with. You know, they can't connect with these, you know, colorful dreadhead kids these days. So
that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
But the kids like it, you know.
Yeah. Like we say, like we're old. Like the kids, good for them.
Yeah.
People have tried to stationize like rap music where like you can tell the type of rap by the instrumentals or by the flow. Do you think in modern day music, let's say, do you still feel like if you heard someone, by just listening to someone, you can tell they're from the West Coast or from up north? Or do you think it's more like you couldn't tell quickly?
I think now it doesn't matter as much because of the internet and because we're all connected through different experiences and stuff, that you don't necessarily have to, just because you're from the West Coast, sound like you're from the West Coast, you know. But I will say, I think the artists who do incorporate their region in their sound, I think they last longer.
Oh yeah,
you know. I think Southern artists who sound like they're from the South last longer than people who just trying to sound like whatever, you know.
That's true.
But yeah, because like back to ASAP Rocky, when he came out, he was sounding like he was from the, like, not his voice, but the type of beats and the flows he was using was very, very Southern. Like he was using chopped and screwed flows and stuff like that, which was not popular for a New York rapper to do at the time, you know. But like I said, internet culture, you know, he could read, like, I think maybe in the 90s, a New York rapper wouldn't get access to Southern hip hop as much, you know, but now everything's on the internet. You can find it. Like, you just gotta look for it.
Exactly. To backpedal a bit, what you said, how do you feel the producers have changed the game when it comes to modern day hip hop?
I don't know. I think I don't know. I think producers are more popular than ever now, though. You know, I think they have more personality, and I wouldn't even say that. I guess like I don't know how to say it, but I guess like Metro Boomin, you know what I'm saying? He could put out a Metro Boomin album and just have like all his favorite rappers on there. And I think you didn't see that much, you know, back then. I don't know. I think producers are much more appreciated now.
I think they really took the DJ approach to where like DJs would yell over like Gangsta Grills, or DJ Khaled, where they would say their name so much that it was like you had to acknowledge them. Now, like okay, I made this beat that I know is amazing, no matter who raps on it. So let me just put my name on the beginning and the end, and now you know who I am.
Yeah, exactly, man, exactly. Whereas I think in 90s, early 2000s, it was more about the artist on the song. Like now it's kind of like, you know, who produced it. You know, the name the name of the producer could sell it just as much as the artist can.
Yeah, yeah. How old are you?
I'm 28.
28. Do you know who Rick Rubin is?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Like Rick Rubin was like the first producer I ever heard of. Where I was like, oh, he's famous. Like, why is he famous? And I finally heard like all his instrumentals, and I was like, oh, okay, he deserves to be famous. Like,
yeah. Rick Rubin, man, he kind of had that like raw minimalist kind of approach to hip hop, almost like punk rock approach to hip hop music, and yeah.
He's one of the few people though. When you hear that name and you see him, be like, "Yeah, he's a Rick Rubin." He couldn't be a Sammy Davis. Like he had to be.
A Rick Rubin. He looks like a shaman or something. Like he looks like
exactly.
Yeah, he just looks like a wise, wizard or something. I don't know.
It looks like he plays chess on Sundays.
Yeah, he does.
And then drinks Saturday. Or the opposite. When it comes to modern day hip hop, again, for people that don't know, in your opinion, when someone says trap music, coming from the South, we both in the South, do you think that that's a subgenre that will last the test of time, or do you think it will just get played out?
Oh, I love that question. I think it already has passed the test of time. Trap music's been around since like 2001. Yeah, and I mean it has. I think it evolved so much to the point where it's not a trend anymore. It's been around for 20 years now, and when you hear like pop music, like Taylor Swift and all these people like with the trap drums and the hi-hats in their music and stuff like that kind of is the genre right now. Like trap is in everything, it's in all genres right now. It's not specific to hip hop. So I think it will stand the test of time. It's not a passing thing.
When it comes to gangster rap, do you think that still exists now, or do you think that just evolved to trap?
Yeah, it still exists. I mean, yeah, of course. I think gangster rap and trap are separated right now, because I think trap is more so a sound now, and I think gangster rap is, I mean, as long as there's gangsters, they're gonna make music. I mean, so I think that's not gonna go away either. Okay. Yeah.
When it comes to like my favorite rapper is J. Cole. Ooh. When it comes to like the rappers that make you, I wouldn't say they're more I don't want to use the word educated, because somebody can like have an education and still not be educated.
More introspective.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you feel like J. Cole, Big Crit, rappers like that, do you think they can stand the test of time, or do you think like eventually people will get bored of that?
I think people will appreciate them more over time. Because I mentioned Jay-Z. I never liked Jay-Z until I got in my 20s. I couldn't appreciate
You're right.
what he was doing.
Oh, yeah, when you pay taxes, you get it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think with J. Cole, when a lot of kids listen to him, they're kind of like, I don't want nobody preaching to me. But then when you actually get to college and you start seeing some of the things that he's talking about, then you'll understand a little more. And I think that's just a testament to him telling his story. You know what I'm saying? When you tell your personal story, it connects with people when they go through what you went through. So I think that's important.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so they'll definitely stand it. They'll stand the test of time. Yeah.
Now when it comes to some rap, and this is totally biased, but I just feel like everybody sounds like Roscoe Dash.
Roscoe Dash, you took it back, man. Yeah. Roscoe Dash.
Oh yeah, man. You enjoy the music, you start having sex too. And It sticks with you. I think Chris Rock said that. Yeah, it sticks with you.
Did he?
Yeah, for me, I don't know. Anyway, when it comes to like Roscoe Dash and that tone, that singing, that kind of rap, of course T-Pain's singing wise, T-Pain started, but like I think Roscoe Dash started with the rapping and the autotune. Do you think he was the person that like introduced it to everybody else?
No, I think it was Kanye West. Me and my friend had a argument about this. I could be completely wrong. I could be making a fool out of myself. I think Kanye West birthed he birthed this sing rap style when he got on
808 and Heartbreaks.
Yes, but right before 808 and Heartbreak, you remember he did a feature with Jeezy on Put On. I feel like it's still Nick that owe me checks. I feel like basically he was singing his pain, but also like singing about stunting and like all the women that owe him sex and different things like that. Tell me that's not like Future's whole career at this point, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of how I see it. I think Roscoe Dash was he was good for the time, but I think he was like a product of the time, you know? I wouldn't say he in my opinion, I wouldn't say he had that big of a impact, man. I just, you know.
Oh no, I'm not saying he was a great artist at all.
Oh, yeah.
As long as we're not, I hope that's not what I sound like.
I thought you was like J. Cole #1, Roscoe Dash #2.
No. I'm talking about somebody became a millionaire and was like, let me go.
Oh yeah. He dipped off.
This was the best I could do. I'm surprised as everybody else. Let me go.
Yeah. Yeah, he had the plan. He had it mapped out. Good plan.
When it comes to group rap in modern day, I would say to start out with modern day, I would say Travis Porter. I really wish those guys had really like stayed because they have hits. They really have hits. Yeah. Like with Migos, they're still have the test of time. Even though they've been going single, they can still release like a group album and sell. Do you feel like that's something that can just comes and goes? Or do you think that can actually last in the future? People going back to having groups where everyone raps.
I think with a lot of things in music and life in general, I think it's like I think Andre might have said it once. He said it's kind of like a pendulum. You know what I'm saying? What people want, and I think because if you remember, like it was a point where posses was like a big thing. Like it was kind of like people would do label albums, you know what I'm saying? But then they kind of went away from that. I think it'll come back. I think ththings like that come and go. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on the tempo that everybody's on at that point, you know?
Yeah, you're right. Because I think Andre was the one that broke the group up. If I want to say, I think he was the one that was like, I want to be solo for a while.
Yeah, Andre always been kind of an introvert. I'm talking like I know the guy. But
I mean, after watching Idlewild, I kind of get it. I'm like, I want to get away from you too.
What?
Oh, you saw the movie?
Yeah, man. I've seen and heard everything Outkast has ever done.
Okay. When it comes to like, because it's another wave, of course. Like it's always another wave. What do you think of those new age rappers like Triple Red?
I think that's for the kids. I can't. Well, I will say about these new wave rappers, what they're doing is, and a lot of people might not like it, but they're moving away from what is traditionally seen as hip hop. Like they're incorporating rock into it, and I think that's what's going to help you stand the test of time too. Is you got to be able to be diverse. You got to be able to try new things because even Outkast, they weren't just doing rap. Like they were incorporating like funk and soul and different things like that. So when I hear somebody like Trippie Redd, he sounds like a rock star. You know what I'm saying? Who just decided to rap. You know, that's kind of how I see it. Like the whole mumble rap, pill popping, face tat era is kind of like. They're just trying to be rock stars, you know. That's, that's kind of where they're at.
Yeah, but I don't think anything weird about it. And I think we can go back to Lil Wayne. Like Lil Wayne dropped a rock album.
It was horrible.
I can't think of one song. I can't think of name one song. And when it comes to Triple Red, I can't think of one song. And I've heard of someone, but I can't think of one name doesn't come to mind.
Man, I'm not big on hating.
No, that's not what I'm coming off.
No, I'm not saying you hating.
Yeah,
I'm just saying like, rap and. Talking about rock albums, there hasn't been a good one. I don't think, off the top of my head, I can't think of one good rapper who made a rock album that was actually like. I like Kid Cudi's. I would say that.
I'll give Run DMC their credit.
Run DMC made a rock album.
It was a great mixture, but I guess it wouldn't be. They were in the Rock Hall of Fame. They are in the like Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But
that's only because there's no like Rap Hall of Fame. Like, but
100%. That's 100% true. Thank you for that. That was perfect. The reason why is clear.
Yeah.
Okay. If you feel uncomfortable, we can skip over this. But how do you feel about modern day religious rap?
I never really liked religious rap. It's kind of hard to make those two things because I don't think nobody enjoys being. I think people who enjoy being preached to don't enjoy rap. So it's kind of hard to mix those two, and it's also hard to make. It's hard to rap about God without sounding like I'm better than you. You know what I'm saying? And I think rap is also inherently kind of like saying I'm better than you. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird thing to mix. You know, I never really, at least I haven't heard an artist who mixed it well.
I give Chance credit, but I can't clearly go with like Chance as a Christian rapper. I just can't.
Yeah, but I was just about to backpedal a little bit because Chance did it. The thing that he did that was different. He didn't pretend like he was better than you. Like he had songs on there about, yeah, I'm in the club, bitches and booties, and you know what I'm saying, and then turn around and like, but I love God though. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's honestly what's needed. Like I'm on your level and I found God.
Yeah, it sounds way better, than just you gotta stay away from my fleshly desires, but they be calling me.
Yeah. These fleshly desires. Yeah.
So when it comes to when you rap, mm-hmm. do you have a key audience that you're like a niche audience, or do you feel like you want to be for everyone?
I don't really, and this might be bad, I don't really think about as much who I'm making it for. You know what I'm saying? I'm making it for the kid who's just like me out there. You know what I'm saying? The kid that was lonely and awkward, who didn't want to talk to nobody in school, so he had his headphones in all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's who I make music for. So I can only tell my story. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to preach to anybody or anything like that. And if you hear my music, I wouldn't say I'm like glorifying anything that I'm talking about. I'm just telling my story. I'm just telling about the things that I've, did and done and do, and if that makes sense. But I don't really think about what audience I'm shooting for.
Nice.
Yeah.
What are some artists that you want to work with?
I honestly want to work with whoever, wants to work with me, to be honest. And I'm willing to like try anything. Like I want to step out the box. I want to try different things. But an artist that I would like love to collaborate with, I want to say Andre so bad, but I don't want to be the one bad Andre song. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my fear. I feel like I freeze up if Andre's like, yeah, give me your best verse and let's do a song. Ah, shit.
That would be you definitely don't want like the early 2000s with Lil Wayne, but we're gonna skip whoever else this is and let's just go straight to Wayne.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's not what I want. But who knows, man? I mean, it might bring a different beast out of me. That might be the case. I love to work with Gambino, of course, and I don't know. I'm not really that big on features. Not for the name, at least. Like, I just whatever feels right for the song. Kind of like, oh, this song would sound good with like a soulful singer on it, and then I'll find a soulful singer for that song. I'm not so much big on like names and stuff like that. So yeah,
nice. When it comes to female rappers, from starting from day one to now, do you feel like it's evolved when it comes to female rappers, or do you feel like it's because now I can clearly say like there's a lot of female rappers better than male rappers.
Yeah, and I love I love that, man. But I also love that there are some trash ones too. I love the fact that like there was a point where if you wanted to be a female rapper, you had to be like super hard. Like you had to go harder than a lot of men. You know what I'm saying? But now it's kind of like the same as with men. Like you could be trash and be a female rapper too. Like you don't have to make lyrical spiritual music. You know what I'm saying? You can make the booty shake, I make my money type of music. You can make the lyrical feminist, type of music. You can make whatever type of music you want to make. It's music. Tell your story. I think I'm not a girl, but I think that would be inspiring to be a little girl and be like, I can do music. Like I don't have to be anything but myself.
Yeah, exactly. And that sounds like a powerful message. I know that. Nice. Mm-hmm. Last question. Do you follow those double XL freshmen?
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like a guilty thing. I do follow, like, yeah. I kind of just want to know what, like, I do my own thing, but I like to know what, like, where the kids' heads at right now. Like, what are the people listening to right now? Who's up and coming? And yeah, I do. I follow them and I listen to pretty much everybody on the list. Like, I'll listen to like their biggest song or something like that, and most times it's like one or two artists on the list that I'm like I really rock with, and sometimes I find a new favorite artist.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I try to follow every year. And I ain't gonna lie. It's every year. It's always those artists where I'm like, make all your money now, because this is not. You got a great summer ahead, but after this, buddy, get some ghostwriters or something to get you a team, because you're gonna have one great summer. Then you need to buy all your apartment complexes now.
Retire, man. Retire to the farm like Thanos. And be done.
Yes.
Well,
man, thank you so much for coming on. Is there anything you'd like to say to your fans?
I love y'all. I don't know. Shout out to my dad, man. He's cool. He's in the building. Shout out to Michael Garrick. Thank you for having me, man. I really appreciate it. We just, it was cool. It was nice.
Nice. Where can they follow you on social media?
You follow me on Instagram and Facebook, Chris Mohead. It's Chris, CHRIS. Mohead, and I'm on Twitter too, but I don't be on Twitter, and I just don't. Man, and expect new music real soon. Depending on when this came out, it might be new music out already, and all right. That's it. Much love to you, man. Appreciate you, bro.
No problem. Thank you so much for coming on, and you guys have an amazing day.